Hey lovelies, thanks for stopping by for today's video. I am very excited to share with you some of my favorite things from the past couple months. So we'll just call this an end of summer favorites because I did not do a favorites last month. I had some favorites. Some of them are sitting here. I've not had the time to get enough videos in. So we're gonna go over that today. I always love sharing the things that I've been reaching for. I do also have a couple fails or a couple semi-fails, let's call them. So that's kind of a little bit disappointing, but we are gonna get right into this because there's a decent bit to talk about. But if we haven't met before, my name is Kelly and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist. And here on my channel, I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Okay, we're gonna talk about a favorite lip because I don't have one on right now because I figured I'd toss this one on for all of you. You will probably notice that I have two different eyeshadow looks on. If you want to see how I created these, I will leave the video down below. Both of these looks I created with my Build Your Own palette for the month, and I really love both. So we're gonna hang out here with two different eyeshadow looks. We've done it before, you've seen it. What's new? Okay, so let's talk about lipsticks. I have actually really been enjoying the BK Beauty Luxe lipsticks. I'm very sad that it seems that these are no longer going to be in existence. So they are being clearanced right now, and I just wanted to share because it looks like they're all still in stock. I do have a few favorite shades. I just picked out a couple here that I've actually been reaching for this summer. We are going to put on Beauty. I think I might have posted a picture on my community tab, but I just absolutely love this color. If you like a good bright pink, this is beautiful. It's bright. It's, you know, really enlivening, but it's not, I would say, intimidating. So I'm just gonna toss this on here. And we're just gonna go in fuss-free without a liner, but you can see that there. These are creamy without being overly slidey. So I would say that they are like a satin feel. And my lips right now are pretty dry. I find that when I'm traveling, especially when I'm traveling for work, I'm just not having enough time to drink enough water. And so then my lips get really dry. Plus being in a hotel with the air conditioning running constantly, it tends to dry out my lips. But this still is very flattering. Look, it's like, it's bright, but it's not overwhelmingly bright. So this one is Beauty. I'm gonna pop this one in my hand here. I also have the shade Empower, and this is gonna be great for the rest of summer, for going into fall. It's this beautiful, rich tangerine shade. I mean, these are gorgeous. Now, if you are looking for something a bit softer, BK Beauty also has their original line, which I would say is a lot of more muted, sort of mauvey pinks, nudes. I do have videos doing lip swatches of all of the shades. So I will make sure to have those linked down below if you do want to see those, because right now they are clearanced at $16. And then my code, Keep Beauty Real, I'm just using some Bioderma to get this off because I can just see myself talking with my hands and getting crazy. So my code Keep Beauty Real will save you an additional percentage on top of that clearance price. I did check to make sure it was applicable. So these lipsticks would be right around $14, which is really great for this formula. So that code, by the way, if you use my code, it's not affiliated. If you want the affiliated link, I will leave that down below. But if you just want to use my code, I don't get any credit. So I just want to be transparent about that. I really love these. I'm sad to see them go. I'm so glad to have the ones that I do have. I have really enjoyed, especially out of the new set, I've really enjoyed every single shade. So very sad to see them go. They are also, by the way, clearancing out the lip liners. Now, I know a lot of people like those. The colors of those are absolutely gorgeous. The formula for me was a bit softer than I prefer. I mean, it goes on really gorgeous. They just weren't as long lasting as I prefer, but I absolutely love the lipsticks. Okay, just a little heads up on that, little clearance moment. So the other lipstick that I have been wearing a ton this summer, you probably won't be surprised, is Lisa Eldridge Strawberry Shock. Y'all, okay, if you know how many lipsticks I have, can we just talk about this? Look how much of this I've used. I am very proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself. This is actually the one I wore yesterday on stage, and it's so beautiful. If you have olive skin, you need to get Strawberry Shock. I'm just telling you. It is this beautiful, I'm gonna swatch it actually next to Empower, just so you can see the difference, and you can also see the difference in the formulas. So Strawberry Shock is one of the insanely saturated, and I would say if you're familiar with Lisa's formulas, it is a bit more satiny than the Velvet lipsticks, but it is not, I would say, a satin lipstick. It still is more on the matte side. So you can see here, I'm hoping to catch a little bit of the sheen. So this is Strawberry Shock and this is Empower. So Strawberry Shock has a bit more of that red pink to it, whereas Empower is definitely more of a straight up tangerine. But they're both pretty. I have been wearing them both and love them both. I also just want to take a moment to say that I'm still in love with my Enhance and Define lip pencils from Lisa. They're just beautiful. I find them to be so long wearing and creamy enough that they go on easy, but not so creamy that they don't last. So I really do love those as well. So I did want to make mention of one other lipstick that I have. Well, I don't know if I would call this a lipstick. I'm gonna call it a lipstick. It's sort of like a lipstick meets balm. These are the Effortless Lips from ATHR Beauty. This is Ali Glein's brand, and my friend Natalia gave this shade Tulip to me. And the first time I wore this, I was like, oh, this is everything that I need for a simple, quick, effortless lip. And these are just so beautiful. I don't think I shared these in my last favorites. If I did, I'm repeating myself, but I could see getting more shades of these at some point. Probably not anytime soon. Y'all, next week, so as I'm filming this, next week will be Labor Day weekend. And I am going to take some time to set up my overhead filming and do some declutter, because especially my lips, it is time to do that. And I'm gonna be pretty ruthless, because I have so much, some that I've been hanging on to far longer than I probably should. So I really want to just be ruthless, cutthroat, get rid of the things that I haven't been touching, and then that way it's easier for me to see the wonderful things that I do have. And I really haven't done a lot of lip purchases recently. I've been sent some things. I've definitely been sent some things, so my collection has grown a bit. I think that the last things that I got were the Balm Embrace from Lisa, and then those Buxom plump shots that I got. Yeah, I think that's right. So I haven't been doing too bad compared to what I did at one point in life, where it was like all the lips all the time, and I only have 2 lips. So I did just want to share the favorites that I've been wearing on those 2 lips this month. All right, we are gonna move away from lips. Let's talk a little bit, you know, as far as eyeshadow goes, I feel like I've been all over the place. I do feel like I've been all over the place. I've been trying a little bit of everything. A lot of days I've just been doing a quick cream shadow and running out the door, but there were 2 palettes that I used in the last couple months that just gave me so much joy. And this one I talked about quite a bit. I talked about this one quite a bit when it first came out, and then I just figured everybody was getting sick of it. But y'all, I do have to say, I still am really loving the Cool Neutrals from Sigma Beauty. So here she is in all of her glory. Now here's the thing. I have definitely been using more of this side of things. Oh my gosh, it is impossible to not blind you with this palette. So even though it is a Cool Neutrals palette, you can see we definitely have some warm shades here. I've been enjoying them. There is just something so quick and effortless about this palette. I really do love it. The other one that I wanted to pull out, and I am just realizing that I forgot to, I pulled this one out a couple weeks ago and used it a couple days, and it just made my heart so happy. You're probably not thinking of using a palette like this in the summer, but let me tell you, this is so fun. So the one day, this is the Nomad Ireland Atlantic Way, by the way. So one day I took this shade, and that is literally all I wore. I did that. I think I wore a bright poppy lip, and it was so perfect. It was like quick, easy, made me feel bright, awake, and was so effortless. And I mean, greens make me happy. So if I have a day where I'm like, you know what, I just want something fun, bright, I feel like when I'm tan, these fun, brighter greens really look great. I tend to not wear bright greens when I'm a little bit less tan, just because sometimes it can just be like so stark against lighter skin, but I've had a lot of fun with these. So I do still want to get some use out of this one. In fact, I'm gonna keep this one out here for some play while I still have a bit of my outside color. All right, so that's, I mean, honestly, I'm gonna say that that's the only shadows that were really worth mentioning this month, because again, I've just been going for mostly quick and easy eye looks. There's just something to a soft, shimmery eye and then loading on lots of blush in the summer that is my vibe. Lots of blush, maybe a poppy lip. So lots of blush. Let's talk about this one. I have talked about this one a lot. I don't think I talked about this one in my last video, but I do want to say, if you like a bright cheek and you don't have Bellini from Danessa Myricks, this is a Yummy Skin Flushed. This is so pretty. I seem to have, I'm wondering, I'm just gonna move this top little bit off because it looks like maybe I used a brush for both bronzer and blush because I probably traveled with this one. So you can build this up to be very, very bright. I love that. But you can also, I'm just gonna like really buff it into the skin over here. I mean, you can just get that very like sheer popsicle cheek. We're going with it, people. We are going with it. So a popsicle cheek as well. And that's really fun. So I love all of the flushed shades. They are just so pretty. They are so long lasting. I have actually several days popped that on for the long lasting color and then dusted an RMS Redimension Hydra Blush over the top for a bit of glow. Let's see, I used Sangria the other day. That's actually a really pretty combination. And I just find that bright cheeks make me happy. And this is actually a shade that I could definitely see wearing both now and when I am lighter in the winter, just for that like enlivening moment. You know, if it's like dull, cold, dreary winter day and I need a pop, I could see pulling this one out. Since we're talking about cheek products, I'm gonna enter a little fail here. And this is really sad because I'm pretty sure that this was in my favorite products of 2022. This is the Phytosurgence Spectral Sunlight Cream Bronzer. I have the shade Golden Warmth, shade 3. I can't use it. It's dry. It's like it has come back from the sides of the pan. This is a product that has always taken a bit of work to get into, but now it is so, I mean, can you see how hard I'm pressing? And I just get like the tiniest bit of color here. I love this formula when I could actually get it out of the pan. Makes me so sad. This really makes me so sad. So clearly, you know, and I will say, I cannot remember what time of year I purchased this. Was it in the summer? It might have been in the summer. It has a 12-month expiration on it. You know, I know that Phytosurgence has said before, like, hey, don't like stock up and go crazy on product. Like, use what you have. I mean, I guess I just have too many cream blushes. Or cream bronzers. I have too many cream blushes too, let's face it. But this is just one I'm gonna skip out on. You know, the formula was very nice. Is it like a over the top, I can't find anything else that I like as much? No. So I will skip out on this in the future. So if you haven't purchased this, honestly, I would probably dissuade you unless you are a person where you're like, yep, I will totally go through one of these in 8 to 12 months, no problem. Otherwise I'd stay away from it because I do know several people who have found that theirs are starting to dry out as well. All right, I would like to take a moment to mention a product that if you have been here with me from the beginning, you probably know that I absolutely love this. But if not, if you found me in the last year or so, I have tried quite a few different foundations / skin tints, some that were sent to me, some that I purchased on my own. And I just have to give props to my original, the OG love of my life, Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. So this is the shade Ginger. This is what I tend to wear in the summertime. And then in the fall, winter, usually even the spring, I wear Bamboo. I love this formula. It is a gel tinted moisturizer. It does have SPF 30. It is just absolutely beautiful. It is just slightly radiant. I'm gonna say radiant, but it's not glowy. It just is hydrated looking. It really looks so hydrated on the skin without being greasy, without being shiny, and without having like sparkle or shimmer to it. I really just want to see Bare Minerals come out with some olive tones. So Ginger for me works in the summer as long as I only use a little bit. Same with the Bamboo in the wintertime. So the shades are just a little bit, Bamboo is just a little bit too like beigey, and Ginger is a little bit too golden / I don't want to say orange, but you know what I'm saying. Like an olive is different. I'm a warm olive, but I don't need orange, you know? So if I wear a little bit more of this product, I can tell that the tone isn't exactly right. That's what happened to me, not yesterday, the day before, when I was getting ready to head out on the road for work. Because this is gone, this is actually gonna go into my empties. So I was trying to just get that last little bit out, and I was squeezing it, and like, poof, the last little poof came out, and I was like, well, I guess I'm wearing more medium coverage today. And right away I was like, oh my gosh, I can just tell that the tone of this isn't perfect. So that was a little bit of a bummer. Love the product, would like to see more colors. So if you are looking for a different skin tint to try, please give this a try. Like, go into Ulta, get a sample, do whatever you can, swatch it. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, so it's interesting because we seem to be going backwards in order of doing makeup. So right underneath my tinted moisturizer would be sunscreen. And I just want to give this one a shout out. This is the Beauty of Joseon Relief Sun Rice and Probiotics. This is SPF 50+. This was a gift. My friend Liz sent this to me, and I just really like this formula. The thing that I like about this, and I think that they actually say that it's a fairly like glowy, hydrating vibe, but I find that while it is hydrating, it doesn't get greasy throughout the day. And that's what I really like about this, because sometimes I'll put on a really hydrating moisturizer, and then sometimes I'm like, oh man, now I gotta layer sunscreen over the top of that, and I don't want it to get like to be too much, especially since I'm usually putting something else over the top that's hydrating. So it's like, ugh, I want my sunscreen, but I don't want it to get like too juicy. And this one I find is perfect. I'm not saying it's mattifying at all, because it's not. In fact, I saw that they are releasing one that is meant more for oily skin types. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be perfect for summer. Because when the weather is super warm, my T-zone does get a little extra glowy. So I could see switching in the summer to their new one if the formula is really great. But this one is like a great all around sunscreen for all year, I feel like. I really like this. It doesn't have any radiance to it as far as like shimmer or glow. It's just a beautiful formula. So thank you, Liz, for sending that my way. I am really enjoying that. I probably need to use this one up. No, we got a little while. I've got so many sunscreens open right now. I just need to like start like coating myself in them. Shall we talk about another sunscreen? This is the Vacation Sunscreen. So here I have the SPF 50. This is the classic lotion. I think a lot of people have tried this. I got it because I think there was a sale. There was a sale at Ulta, and I was like, well, I gotta try it. It does smell nice. That's what I'll say. It smells really nice. It has a nice feel to it. It doesn't get overly greasy. It does feel a bit hydrating. Would I get it again? Not on sale? Probably not. There was nothing about this that I was like, oh my gosh, this is the tippy top, like formulation is amazing. It smells nice and it works good. I could see if I needed sunscreen, I could maybe pick this up on a sale, but I'm probably not gonna need to do that anytime soon. I do wanna say that this is oxybenzone and octinoxate free. So I do just like to give a note to that if those are ingredients that you're looking to not have to be more reef friendly. So I'm knocking over all my sunscreens here. So I know that it is the end of summer here in the Northern Hemisphere, but for some of you who might be watching that are gonna start rolling into the warmth, maybe these are ones that you wanna check out. Also, we should be wearing sun protection all year round, so that's just a reminder. Okay, one more thing that I do wanna mention that's sort of in the makeup realm. I should have talked about this when I was talking about eyeshadow, but I just have to give a nod. I did talk about the Prelusion Eye Base, maybe in my last favorites, but I do wanna talk about the Specular Shimmer Sparkle and Shimmer Glue Base. I love this. I just have to say, Davina did such a great job on the formula of this for the price. I mean, for this price point, you just can't beat it, really. That's what I used for my eyeshadow today. If you want to see that, it's a hella flaky formula, and it did quite well with this. And I've had this on for a few hours now, and I don't see any fallout. So really loving this. If you haven't checked this out, I think that these are like $10 at full price. And I think that my code now would work on these, Keep Beauty Real. I don't know if it worked when they first were launched, but I would think it would work now. So just a little heads up on that. I do also love the eye base as well, just for like your regular matte shadows, for any time that you're just looking to extend longevity, give things a more saturated appearance. That is great, and they do have a bundle available as well. All right, we're gonna go from something that I'm loving into something that I love the scent of, but for the price, I don't think I would purchase this again. So this is the Salt and Stone deodorant. I had seen these on Instagram quite a while ago, and I just noticed that they happen to be sold at Thrive Market, and I was doing a Thrive Market order. If you aren't familiar with Thrive, it's a subscription, I don't know if I want to call it a subscription service, a membership where you can get a lot of great food items. You can get household things like household cleaners and different things. Just lots of great goods. I get a lot of different food items, pantry things, some fun, quick, convenient things. I would say that they lean more into different versions of healthy, right? Because that's something that has a different definition for everyone, right? So I will just say that I do think that they have a lot of great products. So when I saw that Salt and Stone was on here, I was like, yes, this is going to be the time. I'm going to grab one of these deodorants. And this is the Santal and Vetiver. I love a good sandalwood moment. This deodorant smells so good. It's like light, fresh, creamy, not creamy as in vanilla-y, but creamy as in like a little bit woody, but like that creamy woods. I'm gonna say creamy one more time and then I'm not gonna say it again. Okay, so the only thing about this is you all know that I am a native girly. That's what I use most of the time. I do not find that this lasts as long as far as the odor control. I don't find that it lasts as long as native. Like by the time I am done with work, I am ready for more deodorant. And I just am not a person who takes the time in their life to reapply. Like if you are, you will have no problem with this. I am not. So I'm gonna stick with native. I will probably keep this for days that I'm at home, you know, days where I'm not gonna be out that long, because y'all, like if I'm shampooing a client or I'm like up in someone's face, like doing their makeup, and I have like my arms up, it's a whole thing, right? Like I wanna feel fresh all the time and not have to worry about running to the bathroom to like reapply. I barely get bathroom breaks as it is, but I can't use 2 minutes of that to apply deodorant. So, all right. All right, so since we're sort of on the fragrance kick, I do just want to give a note to a couple of the fragrances that I have been wearing for this past month and enjoying. And I will say, like here in Wisconsin, usually we still have a few more weeks of that hot, hot weather. So it's still definitely summer vibes for a while. So I want to talk about two that both actually happen to be from Juliet Has a Gun. Sunny Side Up is one that I've had for a very long time. I just absolutely love, I love the way that this smells. It smells very sandalwoody, very fresh, like breezy. I get a little bit of like dry coconut milk. I don't know how to explain that. But like this is a sunny day on the beach when it's a little bit cooler. You're sitting on a warmed up piece of driftwood. Like it's not beach day as in like sweaty, sticky, jumping in the water kind of beach day. It's like walking along the beach side. The sea mist is coming up. The breeze is going. It's nice. It's not too hot, but you have that fresh vibe. I love this one. This is the one that I grab if I'm like getting up in the morning. I'm like, I don't know what to put on. I'm not quite sure who's coming in today. I want something that's light enough that I'm not gonna offend people. This is the one. I will have put up the notes here for you. I really don't feel like looking them up right now. I'm just giving you the vibe. All right, so the other fragrance that I have been enjoying is Pear Ink. And this is one that like for a while this summer, I just sort of ignored it. And I was like, oh, I need to get that one out, because the nice thing about this is while it is definitely pear forward, you get enough freshness from this. I am pretty sure that this has ISO-E Super in it. So you get that bit of skin coziness. It's light, it's airy. It's a great layerable. So if you want to like amp it up with another fruity fragrance or make it sweeter, you can totally do that. You could, oh, I could see Pear Ink and Dirty Coconut from Heretic being really good. Maybe that's what I'm gonna try tomorrow. I might try that tomorrow. So this one I just feel like is such a fresh, fruity vibe. So it's high heat acceptable for me. I really like this one. So I've been grabbing for that one because I'm like, okay, Kelly, you need to use that. Now this one I will also use in, well, pretty much every season. Like I think that it's one that I will use in the fall. I could also see using it in the spring, but I was just like, okay, we need to get that guy out. So I did just want to share those two fragrances because they're ones that I've been reaching for the last few weeks quite a bit because they're just like no-brainers. And when the weather is really hot, I've been really enjoying those. Okay, so I have a couple random things. This I would say is a beauty item. It is for your hair. I decided to finally try a satin bonnet, and I decided to just get something on the lower cost side to try, just to see if putting it into my lifestyle, into, you know, my sleeping habits, to see if I could hack having something on my hair at night, but also just kind of see if I felt like it helped at all before investing a bit more. So I got this on Amazon. I'll have it linked down below, of course, with anything else that I can link. So this I like because it does have this little cinchable elastic right here, because the thing about a satin silk sleep cap is that oftentimes if you were a mover and a shaker in your sleep, which I am, I always like joke with people, I'm like a rotisserie chicken. I tend to just like keep flipping throughout the night. Especially with as much hair as I have and how much weight that can provide, sometimes between the tossing and the turning, the weight of your hair, it could pull a satin sleep cap off, but this one actually stays put. And I was looking to get a sleep cap for a couple reasons. To reduce the friction on my hair, I do have naturally wavy, color treated, dry hair, and so it gets really roughed up very easily. So the less friction, the better on your hair. I also tend to wear my hair down when I'm sleeping. I don't usually throw it up unless I'm at the end of my wash cycle, because I don't want like a ponytail kink in my hair. So when I leave it down, because my hair is quite long, I sleep on this side often. That's like my favorite part of the rotisserie chicken positions. So I usually sleep on this side. This hair gets tucked underneath my arm. And then as I get warm throughout the night, you know, the situation gets hot, it gets moist. And then all of the hair right here, when I wake up, it looks like I chewed on it. It's not cute because my wave starts to revert. The ends, which are pre-lightened, they get really rough. And so this side of my hair, honestly, I can usually get up, maybe finger comb through it. If I've done curls, they're still a little bit bouncy. And then this side, I always have to redo. It's not cute. So I was like, well, maybe that will help. And I will say it absolutely did. I haven't been wearing my hair wavy that much, but the 2 times that I did, I found that it wasn't as fuzzy the next morning as well. So because I have so much hair, I wanted something that had enough real estate to be able to fit into. It does fit into this one. I will say that sometimes I think the back of my head, the top of my head, can get a bit flat just from the pressure of the cap sitting on it. And sometimes my hairline hair is like, I don't want to say it's flat, but it has a bit of a direction to it. It's not really that big of a deal. Usually I can just like massage it out with my fingers. Not really a problem at all. But I found that this has definitely helped. I think for like the $10 to $15, I will keep using this for a while. Maybe at some point I will try a different style to see if there's one that's maybe better for my length of hair. But if you are looking for a way to help save your hair from friction, if you're like me and you're looking for a way to maybe not be so hot when you sleep, but you don't want ponytail kinks, this is a great option. I will also say that Jeremy really enjoys this because all of my hair is kept in one vicinity when we sleep. He likes to try to get like super, super close. Sometimes he's like laying on my hair. So having it all like contained and put away, he really enjoys that. So he has had 0 complaints, even though maybe I look a little bit like Little Red Riding Hood's grandma, but it's absolutely worth it. Okay, another Amazon purchase. And this was sort of my, like, I did buy a few things on Prime Day this year, but they were all fairly expected. And this is the one, like, knee jerk, saw it was on sale, decided to try it. And this is this Renpho eye massager. Now this is like series 1 or first generation. It's a heated eye massager. And I was like, weird. But I was reading the reviews and this thing has so many amazing reviews. It was around $50. It is still actually around $50 right now. You know how those Prime deals go. But I didn't pay more for it, but I don't think I really got much of a deal on it. But I was like, I'm gonna try this. I have a really hard time relaxing and getting to a point where my brain is gonna let me go to sleep at night. I thought that, ooh, this might be really nice. Let me tell you, I look like I'm in like Ready Player One. I'm ready for like a VR situation. This was so worth it. Right now, I'm telling you, this was worth it. I'm so glad I spent the $50. So this has air pressure massage. That's how you get the massage. It has heat, which I just love. Like there's something about like heating up this space on my face. It's so relaxing. There is also a vibration mode. I never use that because it is loud. And it sort of is like, vroom, vroom, vroom. And I told Jeremy, like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm in a Dune movie. It reminds me of the like sand things that they use, the sand thumpers to get the worms to come. It's just like, vroom, vroom. And I was like, no, nope, never turning that on again. That is not relaxing. So I don't use the vibration on it. I wouldn't see that being relaxing anyway. But this has many different modes. You can change the temperature. I'm pretty sure you can change the temperature. You can change the air pressure. It also has the option, there's like 2 different music tracks on here. So if you want some like little like ambient music, you could do that as well. It does have a decent amount of battery life. I would think I used it probably 5 to 7 times fully through the mode. I think it's about 20 minutes. I used it that long before I needed to recharge it. So to me, that's actually quite a bit of time. And it does have a, what is that, USB-C? I think that's what that is. What everybody has to have now. So it's convenient in the way that a lot of chargers will be that way from now on. So definitely worth the $50. If you are looking for a little relaxation, I find that it definitely helps me get ready to sleep. I've also found that it's a good way to just sort of like chill out if I'm having a headache. Obviously, you want to not have any makeup on. Now, this little faux leather, I would call it, it is very comfortable, but you're not going to be able to wash it. So you can like maybe wipe it down with a damp rag, but you're not going to be able to wash. So you want to have clean skin when you use that. So that does, for me, limit the times that I'm going to use it. So I will usually try to use it in between washing my face and doing my nighttime skincare. So that's usually when I do it, or right away after I've washed my face in the morning. So just a little note on that. I'm really enjoying it. If you have any other questions, drop them in the comments. Another thing that I got on Amazon, before I have a few makeup brushes that I want to share with you, I saw one of my colleagues from Paul Mitchell who has the most beautiful husky puppy. I saw that he had this water bottle that you could like also use as the drinking well for your dog. I was like, oh, I want one of those. And I went online. He had the like original brand that it is an aluminum bottle or a stainless steel. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's really nice. But then I found this little knockoff on Amazon and it was much cheaper. It was about half the price. I didn't even know if Jet, our little pit bull pup that we have right now, I didn't know if he was even gonna use it. So I was like, well, I could spend the $12 on this one, or I could spend the like 30 to 35 on the other one. So I decided to go for this one. So what this does is obviously it's just your regular water bottle, but this little flap right here pops out. It's definitely kind of like a two-handed thing for me. So this little leaf, it's so cute. This little leaf pops out and then you unlock this and it just becomes your dog's little drinking well. So it unlocks and then locks, and the nice thing is if he doesn't drink at all, I can just like tip it back in and it's good to go. And then of course we wash it every time we use it. So this is the 12-ounce one. They do come in a 20-ounce. I've found that Jet usually doesn't want to drink more than 12 ounces when we're out. So this is great. The other nice thing about this is it does have a little snack pack here. So, which I don't think that the other ones do, but I don't know that for sure. So if you have snacks that are like around this size, you can pop them in here and then take them on your walk. So you can just like pop them in the cup and then you have them to give your pup while you're out and about. So we really like this. Jet enjoys using it. So I did just want to share that for any puppy parents out there as well. All right. We're gonna draw back in here and we are going to talk a few makeup brushes. These are ones that I have had in my collection for a while. I need to wash some makeup brushes. In fact, that's on the list for tonight. I at least need to get like half. Let's just do half of my brushes tonight, okay? I've got so many that are dirty, which means I started pulling out ones that maybe aren't ones that I reach for all the time and finding some that's like, oh my gosh, I forgot about this. You all know that I did a pretty hefty brush declutter this year. I'll have that link down below if you want to see it. And also right up here, whatever it is. I still feel like I have enough brushes that sometimes some of them get hidden in my little area. So these are ones that I found that I have been reaching for while some of my favorites have been dirty, and I have really been enjoying them. So let's talk about the BK Beauty 107. So I just actually mentioned this to someone who commented on my Nikki LaRose video. They were saying that they were looking for a bronzer brush. They were having a hard time with some of the shapes and they didn't want something dense because they felt like they were heavy-handed. This brush would be perfect for that. You all know that I absolutely love the 111 for bronzer. That's like my go-to, but there's something about the 107, the shape of it for me, you know, I don't love a big brush, barely ever. This is just enough that I can really get in here. It's what I use today for my bronzer. I can really get in, still be somewhat strategic, but it's fluffy enough that I don't have to worry too much about getting too much. I've been using this today. I am wearing, and this was in my favorites last time, the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. This is a very pigmented bronzer, very pigmented. I don't want to look quite this color. So the fact that I was able to get a soft application with this is great. I also think that if you're traveling and you want one for powder, blush, and bronzer, this could still be a blush brush. Like absolutely, there's enough to it here. The like slightly more pinched shape means that I could still get a strategic application. So I'm really liking this one. So if you are either team small brush like me, or you are team fluffy brush, I think you'll really like this one. And by the way, again, you can use my code KEEPBeautyReal. Maybe pick one of these up when you pick up a lipstick, because I think you'd like them both. Now for blush, I pulled this out. Sigma sent me the F76 Chisel Cheek, and I pulled this out when I was using the new Nomad Fuji 5 Lakes palette. I used this to get into the red, the gold, and the yellow eyeshadows to use as blush. It's so small and precise, yet again, it has enough fluff to it that I was able to just buff those colors on the cheek and not create a crazy tone. I did share that on my Instagram stories, by the way. If you're not following me over there, I'd love to see you over there at Keep Beauty Real. So this is one that I could see getting another one of. This is such a nice brush. Like the quality of it, the bristles are soft. It's just perfect. I think it's just perfect. So again, blush or bronzer, this would be great for. All right, so let's talk about one more brush brand that a lot of you know that I love, and that is Larafay. So Larafay is a UK-based brand. I absolutely love their brushes. I think that they are such good quality. Please, if you love a good synthetic brush, at some point in time, try Larafay. And as you know, I did reach out to the brand because for those of us in the States who aren't used to having to pay higher shipping costs to have things delivered from other areas of the world, I did ask if they would give us a discount code. So my code KEEPBeautyReal will save you on your Larafay order. It's not affiliated in any way. I just wanted, honestly, I just wanted people to feel a little bit more likely to purchase from this brand, even if you do have to pay for shipping, because it's really great. So this brush I have been using a lot for blush lately. This is the F21. And again, we have, I mean, look, this one is, I would say, a bit looser if you want something that's really nice and loose to buff onto the face. And it's small enough. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. Oh, so soft. Oh my gosh, this is a multitasking brush for sure. So absolutely love this one. I pulled this one out the other day. Again, because so many of my brushes are dirty and I wanted something to set my under eye. So this is the E15. Now, I don't know that I would use this. I think I did in the video where I use these brushes. I did use this as eyeshadow. You could absolutely do like an all over the eye, but this is so nice for setting under the eye. Oh my gosh, for like pinpoint setting with powder. Absolutely perfect. So again, the E15. So these are, is that, oh my gosh, not the E15, E35. 42-year-old eyeballs are not seeing very well. All right, so these are the brushes that just randomly I have fallen back in love with. It's sort of like when your laundry is dirty and you have to come up with some new outfit combinations because you're like, oops, I usually wear this shirt with those pants. And you're like, well, I want to wear this shirt today. What else can I do it with? It's out of necessity. So not that I didn't like any of these brushes. I mean, clearly I kept them through my declutter, but it was just like, oh my gosh, I really love these. I love these. So I'm glad to share them with you today. All right, is that it? I think that that's going to be it for it. I told you that this was going to be a long one, right? Because we have 2+ months worth of goodies to talk about. So I hope you enjoyed. Let me know some of what you've been loving, and please share with our community if you've tried any of these things, if you have similar experiences to mine, or maybe you have different experiences. I would love to know that as well. All right, lovelies, that's going to be it for today. I will see you really soon.